The grooming started when I was 14, and then a little bit later, I was being sexually abused by the youth pastor who was married, had an infant son. I got pregnant about 9 months in. As soon as I told him I was pregnant, the very first thing he said was, "You have to have an abortion." So he took me to Planned Parenthood. They didn't do anything other than a pregnancy test there, and asked what I was going to do, and he answered that we were going to have an abortion, and they gave us a list of clinics to call. He called, scheduled the appointment at the clinic, and again, stayed with me. I signed in with a fake name, didn't have to show any ID. When my name was called to come back, that was the first time that I was separated from him. And they told me that I was going to have to talk to a counselor. And I can very distinctly remember walking down that hallway and thinking, good, because now I might have a way out of this. All the counseling was to tell me to not have intercourse or use tampons for 2 weeks, and they gave me a handful of condoms and said, "Don't let this happen again." So I had the abortion. I was about 10 weeks. The fact that I walked into 2 different clinics crying with a man that was pretty obviously older than me. He was 9 years older than me, but it was pretty obvious, and no one questioned anything. My abuser took me to have this done. And because it wasn't discovered by anyone, he continued to abuse me for another 9 months until he moved out of state. If someone had directly asked me what was going on, I do really think I would have said something. I've always been really glad to see that over the years, things have been put in place, like informed consent and just all of the laws that have been put in place to protect women. But with Prop 139, all of those things are going to go away, and that concerns me for the women because the same thing could happen to them that happened to me. I'm going to be voting no on Prop 139 because even without it, abortion is still legal in the state, and so I don't see how removing safeguards is a way to improve anything.